I'm Norma Rawlings, president of Broker VMA. Today's topic, 4 security alternatives short of a personal guarantee. Deal structure has changed. Deals are being done with little to no money down now. The buyer takes over certain expenses in exchange for a percentage of gross margin company doll, typically over a 2 to 6 year period. The benefit to the buyer is no money down. The risk to the seller is no money down. So how do you secure the balance owed? One deal I was involved in broke down recently over guarantees. The buyer was unwilling to provide a personal guarantee. Understandable, but which makes it difficult for the seller to feel comfortable about the purchase. The seller was worried she would not be paid. Also understandable. I made 4 different suggestions to the seller as to what might provide comfort. She was being paid $100,000 down and carrying $300,000 to be paid over time. My 4 suggestions were: first, obtain a guarantee from the purchasing business if their covenant is decent, with a security interest registered against that same covenant. Second, register in debt as a mortgage against one of the purchaser's properties, or have the mortgage document signed, but only registered if the buyer defaults in payments. Third, stagger ownership transfer. Only transfer the portion of ownership being purchased. So, if the buyer puts 10% down, the buyer gets 10% of the shares. And that continues until the buyer either owns 100%, or if default occurs, the seller then still owns a portion of their company. And 4, accelerate the balance due if default occurs, and void the non-competition and non-solicitation agreements. Those are my 4 suggestions for bridging the gap when the buyer does not want to provide a personal guarantee and the seller wants to secure payment promised over time. Although there are no perfect solutions, the above options may provide a bridge to permit the deal to proceed.